matagumpay na buhay. God is with us.
To work, I get bored even if I don't work. I just need a really good program to work. Please bring me something. And I'm telling you, the very next day I woke up and there was Felix's email. I mean, his text to me. Talk about life changing. And it
How
has
much you making a day right now?
1,200
$1,200 a day. That's
a day.
$36,000 a month.
Yes.
How
And
long you been involved?
16 days.
I'm looking at Monty's picture. He's got one guy smiling, and he's just playing around. But he looks like brothers over there.
Yeah,
they look
you do.
like you look like your brother standing right next to you, Monty.
Oh,
So
it's him. Okay, I see.
yeah,
You look
yeah,
like,
yeah. It's a
yeah,
picture of him,
double.
but it's just so good. It's such a real life picture. The
But then
the
anyway,
only
great.
difference is he's got the beard folded up just a little bit on the picture.
Felix, I'm very grateful, very thankful for you. And I'm very grateful, very thankful for all the people that I am working with. I'm very pleased. I'm very happy that they're going to be making so much money too. That's the
Yes,
beauty of this. That's why we're all
yes,
happy, because it's not just like me. I'm not the only one here making money. Like
no,
sometimes people at the top are the only ones. Everybody that gets in and plays the games makes money every
I,
day, 7
I
days
gotta
a
tell
week,
you, I
and
gotta tell
lots of
you, Gina.
money.
I gotta tell you, Gina. I'm going back to everybody that maybe I was in a deal that disappointed somebody, and
Yes, I've been
I do
doing that.
everything I can to get them into this because this is my makeup. This
Ex
is what Eric was talking about, recreating yourself. I really feel I'm recreating myself here because I must have helped at least, as we speak, 50 people already in less than 50 days, making over $1,000 a day. I
Amazing.
mean, I've never
Yes.
done that ever.
No, I don't
Thousand
think
dollars,
it's ever been there,
we're
Felix.
not talking $1,000 a month. We're talking $1,000 a day with 5 people.
Yes,
You
and
make five sales.
how
I,
many things have we worked that took us months to get to
oh,
$1,000
I
a
got
month?
Tyrone. One of your guys in your downline, Tyrone. Not even close to me. He's like 3 away from me. Brandon. I don't know if he's on the line today, but Brandon, I've been working with him closely, and I think he went over 10 people. Tyrone, 10 founders. He's making $1,500 a day right now. 1,500 a day. That's 45,000 a month.
That's good. That's good.
45,000.
Wow, wow, wow. That's all I can
Yeah.
say.
And
Wow.
then when you look at my nephew, who just went through a serious legal battle where we lost probably about $7 million on that from what we should have got, and now he's approaching 200,000 a month with this. You look at my own son, 22 years old. He's my Joseph. If you look at the Bible, he's my Joseph. You'll know what I'm talking about. I get him everything I can. I buy him the best cars. I want him to have the best stuff. Guess what? He's going to be hitting like almost 90,000 a month. And I told him, hey, it's time you buy Daddy a car. And I got the Rolls Royce picked out too, the electric one. It's only $600,000, and he can make payments. That'll be all the cars I ever bought him locked up into one. I just see people's names here that been with me for a while. I see new people who I've never done business with. I'm just it's so exciting. It's so exciting. I can't put it into words. I cry almost every day. Hey, you want to hear this? I funded, not funded. I got behind a group of pastors And the other day, they put 100 pastors on my webinar. 100. And then they sent me pictures of the groups that they're talking to already. These 100 pastors sit over 1,000 churches. And this is all coming in through our team. There's nobody catching us. Nobody catching us. I mean, if The Rock came in and he has a big following, maybe that's great. But we're getting families. We're getting people. And look, I'm here standing by. Look, now's the time. Now, let me tell you why it's the time to get a $3,000 package. I got about 35 of them in inventory that I can help you with. Meaning, you don't have to go get the crypto and buy it and go through. You could just text me, and you could become a founder in 5 minutes. Either you Zelly me the money, or you want to wire me the money, or even put it on a credit card. But if you do put it on a credit card, there's a fee because we can't have your credit card, in our hands. All right. And if you do give me a credit card, you've got to vow before God and man that you ain't charging back after you make your money, because there are some bad people out there, not that any of them are our team, but you really got to make that commitment. And we want that commitment from your sponsor too, because guess what? When you spend the $3,000, yeah, you get paid $36,000 in 120 days, but your sponsor is going to get $18,000. That just blows me away. I cannot imagine what I just said. And that's, if you know my story, and the quick 5-minute story, gang, here it is. I'm going to try to give it to you in 5 minutes. Almost a little under 6 months ago, I found a chapter in the Bible. It changed my life. It was Romans 12. And after reading Romans 12 from 1 to 21, I recommitted my life to God, that I was going to be a Romans 12 man. I'm going to be a Romans 12 husband. I'm going to be a Romans 12 businessman. I'm going to be a Romans 12 this. I'm a Romans 12 friend, a Romans 12 father. If you want to know what it is, just go read it. And I mean, I'm it. I tell my friends, you don't know me anymore. The guy I was 6 months ago isn't the guy I am today. The businessman I was 6 months ago isn't the businessman I am today. It changed my life. Romans 12. Now let me tell you what happened from Romans 12. The publicly traded company got all fixed, and it went from a $50 million value to $500 million, and it's headed to $1 billion. I got involved, my son and my nephew, because of me, with me, got involved with a person who's doing $3 trillion a year in business in the United States. Take all the Shark Tanks you want. Take all the Shark Tanks take all the sharks that have ever been on Shark Tank, and they don't even come close to the volume of our new partner. Okay, and that's going to be $100 million deal. But here's what happened: my mother-in-law died over Thanksgiving, so me and my wife and the kids, we went to the funeral. We got back on December 8th. I told my wife, I'm going to retire. That's it. I'm done. And I get a call from a gentleman named Joe, who I brought into the business in 1983 or 82. He came off the plane from Kingston, and he answered my ad in the New York Times. He calls me up. He says, Felix, that's Italian for Felix. Felix, hey, buddy, we got a big deal coming. We need you. And I go, no, I'm retiring. I'm going to be 72 years old, actually, in 2 days. I'm going to be 72 years old, January 30th. Told my wife, family, everything, I'm done. I did 49 years in this industry. I'm done. And what happens? He gets Eric on the phone with me. Yeah, I looked at it. Yeah, I can make $100,000 a month. Eric says, "We're talking about $100,000 a month. you can make $100,000 this month. Knowing you, you can make 100,000 this week. And I said, I don't understand it. Well, I missed something. He said the challenge. But look, the marketing plan's great. That's $3,000 a day down the road. Yeah, you could get to 3,000 a day in 6 months. But on the challenge, you could start making $100,000 this week. That's how much confidence he has in me. So I said, well, explain that. He says, well, right now it started when I first got in, 6,000 was the minimum. So he says, right now you make a $6,000 sale and you make $4,500 in a month. And I go, yeah, wait a minute. $6,000 sale, you reward them with $9,000 and $300 a day bonuses, and I still make $4,500? How do you do that? I'll show you. Don't worry about it. It's being monetized easily. Now you got to remember, this is coming from a friend that is very, very well to do. Probably more money than everybody, including me, on this line. So he explains to me how this $6,000 sale will produce $9,000 worth of income for them and $45,000 for me. So if I made 10 $6,000 sales, I would make $45,000. I said, oh, you got my attention. I was going to retire, but a number like that's got my attention, especially when I know I'm going to be helping people, not getting them to lose money. Okay, so now here we go. Next step. I make 19 sales in my very first week. So 19 times 4,500, I'm really close to 100,000 in 1 week. Never done that before. Okay, so now I fly out to Los Angeles, and he's got a special event. He invites $20 million earners there, and I'm there, sitting there, and we're going to go to the Rams Stadium in his $100,000 suite for the night, stuff like that. But he says, hey, listen, I'm going to make this better. I don't like having people committed for 1 month. I'm going to want them committed for 120 days. But I'm going to make it really worthwhile and easy. Let them put up $3,000 and pay the $6,000 a month for the 120 days out of their earnings. Wow. Well, how much are we going to make? Well, you still get the same $150 a day. They get the same $300. Wait a minute. You're telling me that I can make a $3,000 sale, and on 120 days, I'm going to get $150 a day. That's $18,000. So I make a $3,000 sale. They're committed for 120 days, and I will make $18,000. Eric, I wasn't sleeping all week this week. Now I'm not going to sleep till I'm dead, probably. So I looked at my wife next to me, and that was the first event she's ever been with me in over 20 years, okay? And I said, Eric, we're going to go to Vegas for 4 days after this meeting. I know my wife's going to be on a slot machine, and I'm telling this in front of all the other $20 million earners. I know my wife's going to be on a slot machine, but me, I'm going to be on this slot machine. I'm going to be on the phone. $3,000 sale, $18,000 jackpot. $3,000 sale, $18,000 jackpot. Are you kidding me? I was in Vegas for 4 days. I didn't play one slot machine, not one hand of poker. Who needs to gamble when you have a tool in your hand where you get a $3,000 yes and make $18,000? And I hear what's coming out on February 2nd is a monster. It's going to make me not sleep for the next 100 days. This guy just keeps coming up with something. He probably spent $250,000 on us on Saturday. $250,000, and he didn't even think about it. Just real excited and, come on. Come on, Felix. No sitting down. Come on. We got to enjoy every minute of this. It was amazing. So I hope and pray that you got this. You ain't ever finding something like this again. This is 49 years. This is 10x, 20x, 50x, any program I've ever done in my life. You know, think about this. When I first got in the industry, I was 23 years old, got into Amway, worked my tail off, was so excited. Became the youngest diamond, took me almost 2 years, and broke every record they had for what? $100,000 a year. I literally created $100,000 a week income in 1 week. And by the way, if I would have just got 5 people, 5 sales, that 5 sales would have been just 5 sales is 45. Not yet. No, 5 sales is 1,000. That's $30,000.
Yes, it's true. The meme coin revolution is happening.
That's 3x more than a diamond makes. And I did it in 1 week, not 2 years. Of course, I got 19 sales, so I got up to almost 100,000 first week. Listen, let's run with this. You've got my number. By the way, you definitely, if you're not a founder yet, you want to get to be a founder before February 1st because it waives the sponsoring. I wish it didn't waive the sponsoring because listen, gang, don't focus on the $300 a day you're going to get. That's not where the money is. The money is in making sales. It's that $150 a day. And so, yeah, it's great to get a package today, but even if you got to wait till after February 1st, you just have to do sponsoring to qualify for certain things. But, and I've only got 35 of them. If you want one, text me, 954-937-1576, and we'll figure out a way that you could transfer the payment, and we'll get you at the founder level right away. So let's see. Let's see if I have any questions right now. I'm going to go through the chat to see if there was anything there. But if there's any questions, just raise your hand and begin speaking.
Yeah, I got a quick one.
Go ahead. Who's that?
That's Lee.
Hey, Lee, I know you. Go ahead, quick.
Hey. See, I've been in the diamond trade now for 30 years, and
Lee, good question.
this is like selling a diamond, but here you go. So I've got, this is a no-brainer, I guess. I've got $3,000 in my level. I've got 9 under me, and I have 1 that just came in, the base game. So I'm gonna take the 3,000 and purchase a 5-star, and then give it to him to bring him up to a 5-star. Versus
you're purchasing a 5-star founder package, and then you're going to give it to him, and he's automatically a 5-star. Yes.
Okay, good. Well, that's a no-brainer.
And you personally sponsor him?
Yes. Yes.
So guess what? You're going to make $18,000.
Well, I know.
I know you give away money, you just get money back. This is better than I don't know what.
That's cool.
Okay, good question. Okay, Seymour, go ahead, speak.
Hey, God bless you. I've got a gal who wants to come on today, Canadian, no Zelle accounts in Canada. How are you going to help her with getting on board today?
Well, how can we transfer money from Canada? Anybody know? Anyone?
Western Union, a wire.
A wire will work. I'll send you the wire information. That'll work.
Okay.
If she uses crypto.
She's not in crypto.
Probably
She's
not
not
into
in crypto.
See, crypto confuses people. Okay, what we'll do is send me a text, ask me for my wire information. I'll get you that. And the moment she wires it, get me the receipt and I'll credit her account maybe before 7 o'clock tonight.
Thank you. Thank you. God bless.
Let's do it. What else? Come on, gang. Who else needs any help? Raise your hand and speak up. Let me see if there's anything in the chat that needs attention. There's 6 things in the chat here. Let's see. I have to go bring a new prospect in, go get them. I have to, PayPal works from Canada. Yeah, but PayPal, that's funny, PayPal. The wire's better. Hey, Minister Felix, I'm believing more and more that you're a great person. Thank you so much. Please, can we speak for a minute about a great friend who needs a little help? I'm not, people have to step up to the plate. They got to have some skin in the game. I've helped too many people with no skin in the game. And guess what? I've lost the money. And not only that, they didn't even play the game. So people got to have some skin in the game. Even if somebody is like short, you know, they go, well, I got 2,000. I'll trust them for the $1,000. But, you know, no more, oh, poor me, I have nothing. Well, now I find out why some people have nothing, because they do nothing even after somebody tries to help them. And I'm not saying that about your friend or anybody else's friend. It's just the way life is. You know, I find out one thing, no skin in the game, people ain't committed. Oh, I forgot to play my games. Oh, I couldn't get into my computer. Yeah. You know, I'll tell you a story. It's about a lady whose an eagle took her baby. She was hanging the clothes, and the eagle came down and took her baby and brought her up to the mountaintop. And everybody came out, the sheriff's department, the police, the fire department. They all came out wondering how they're going to rescue this baby. And suddenly this woman with her bare hands started climbing the mountain, barehanded. Climbed the mountain, got up to the top of the mountain, fought the eagle, and got her baby out and brought the baby down, and she was exhausted. And people said, how did you do that? Nobody else was thinking about doing it, could do that. She says, it wasn't their baby. It's my baby. And that's what, you know, people got, look, you know how many men right now, if they were to die, they leave their family destitute? They don't even know what they'll do for their rent or their food or their money. Gang, come in this thing. Work your heart out for a week or 2 weeks. Do whatever you got to do to find the funds. Guess what? You do that and nobody's going to ever give you an excuse. If somebody just gives you something, then you're going to have a hard time selling, because you're going to say, oh, well, somebody gave it to me, but I can't give it to him, so I know how he feels. Look at what Tommy did. Tommy, tell your story. What happened when I called you? Tell them. Speak up, Tommy. Because
good morning, everybody.
Nobody could give Tommy an excuse. Then somebody says, well, Tommy, I don't have the money. Tommy ain't gonna settle for that. Go ahead, Tommy. Tell him what happened.
Well, what I didn't tell you, Felix, is I had to get my vehicle towed 50 miles to the dealership from my house. So that was $400. Then I get to the dealership. They tell me that it was going to be $17,000. So on my way back home, I had to make a decision. So I started thinking, you know, I had checked the Zoom calls out, and I said, well, maybe this can help me out. And so right then, I needed to make a decision quick. And so I had to come up with the money, and it was at $6,000 at that time. And so I didn't think twice about it. I got the money. I gave you a call and told you I'm in. And so, and I was able to, with the earnings I've been making every day. So I've been actually making a car payment on the second car that we got, you know. So it's an amazing opportunity. I've had people always talking about trying to find the bad things about the company. And I say, well, why don't you worry about the great things about the company, the good things? Because every day at 6 o'clock my time, I'm on Central Time, I'm getting paid while you still making excuses. So
Yeah, that's
I
right,
tell you,
Tommy.
this
Making excuses or
this is a
making
great
money. You're
program.
right. Thank you, Tommy, for sharing it. And look, everybody's been in places where Tommy's been. I've been in places where Tommy's been. I remember when I was young, I ran into my pastor. My pastor said, "Hey, how's it going, Felix?" And I said, "Well, I'm in between deals right now." He says, "You're the only guy I know making $1 million 1 year. You're eating macaroni and cheese the next day, but while you're eating the macaroni and cheese, you're thinking about the next $1 million you're going to be making." Look, life is a journey. Life is a journey. Sometimes you're in the valley and sometimes you're on the mountain peak. And let me tell you something. Sometimes you're in the valley because God wants you to look up. Because everybody on the mountain peak just looks down all the time. So it's just a journey. It's just a journey. That's all it is. Literally, life is a journey, ladies and gentlemen. It's a fantastic journey. And all I can tell you is I personally am on the most exciting journey of my life. And I really, really would love every single one of you to take you to this mountaintop, because we're going to be on the beaches of the world, just hanging out with Eric. I mean, literally, I have experienced 3 events in 1 month. I mean, more exciting than anything in my life. What? I'm not a football guy, but guess what? I was in the $100,000 suite with my wife on the first football game. I was on the $100,000 suite with my son on the next football game. And then my son was also on the field with the players for an hour. And then this weekend, literally this weekend, I was with the rich and the famous and rubbing shoulders with Sly Stallone's kids, who was Mike Tyson, Gwen Stefani, and we're in the middle of celebrities, and everybody's coming up to say hello to Eric and stuff. And I happen to know that he probably spent $250,000 that day on us. Who does that? It's a man who loves people. It's a man who has big goals, and he's not looking at the pennies. He's not looking at the dollars. He's literally, he's investing in people and believing that he's going to build a $10 billion empire. I know he says $2 billion because he wants to be conservative, but he's going for a $10 billion empire. Gang, we just got to hang on to his coattail, follow his lead. He's one of the best leaders, the best motivators. For me, at 72 years old, and I knew him when he was 22. Think about that. Oh my gosh. He's 54 now, and man, we bonded this weekend. We've been bonding for 3 weekends in a row. In 3 weekends over a 50-day period, and now going to California. Can't wait. Excited, gang. This is real. Every day you're not working this, you're foolish. Every minute, every hour you're not working it, you're foolish. I mean, just get it done. Love you guys, really do. This was a fantastic webinar, and having Eric do that presentation was awesome. All right, God bless you all. You got my telephone number, text me.
Matagumpay na buhay. God is with us because He is our Emmanuel. Always remember, at sulat. Thank you very much. See you next video. God bless you. God bless you.